Hello, eighth graders, and welcome to your third trimester, Module 1 spelling class. And the year is almost over. Wonderful. First of all, I want to acknowledge those of you who've been constantly doing your work, turning it in on time, doing your best. I congratulate you. I'm super proud of you. And those of you who are having a hard time and still struggling, you got this. You can do this. You know, we're going to go down in history. You're going to be telling your children and your grandchildren about that really weird year that you stayed home and got video lessons and online classes. So a few things before we go into the class. People, pay attention to the videos, pay attention to the pronunciation. Even if you think you already speak English, and that's wonderful, you can still double check and use Google or use a dictionary. I've been speaking English from the time I was born, and sometimes I need a dictionary and sometimes I need to check Google. So don't think that because you know you're not supposed to get help. You can do that, that's perfectly okay. Second important thing, if you need to watch the video more than once, go ahead, there's no shame in that. If you need to stop the video and go back and listen to something again, do that. Remember, we're trying to get educated. This is not just about, oh, let me get a grade. No, this is about change. Education is about change. So if you really want to learn something, sometimes you have to go over it more than once. And the third thing, remember the introduction is, hello teacher, my name is Johnny Johnson. Do not tell me today I am going to tell you the words of the, no. I am going to read to you, no. All you have to say is, hello teacher, my name is Johnny Johnson, and then you go straight into the assignment. Okay, my name is Johnny Johnson, number 1, blah, number 2, blah. You don't even have to say the numbers if you don't want to. What I don't want you to say is the whole, good morning, teacher. Today I'm going to tell you. Don't do that. If you say good morning, you don't know if I'm going to listen to this in the morning. So that's why we're saying hello. Okay, so let's get right into this. I'm going to share my screen with you. And here we have it, folks. This is your 8th grade spelling assignment. When changing regular verbs into the past tense, the pronunciation of the new verb changes. The way the ED is pronounced depends on the last letter of the root verb. What is a root verb? The verb in infinitive or in the present tense. Okay? So there we have 4 examples, and it has 3 columns: the root verb, the past tense, and the pronunciation. So let's go with the first one. The root verb is ask. When I change that into the past tense, I add the ED. Then how do I pronounce that? I say asked, like a little T at the end of the K. That's why it's super important for you to speak very slowly when you're recording your audio. Because if you go too fast and I don't hear the T, it's wrong. Okay? Ask, asked. And so, for instance, she asked me for my phone number. She asked me where I lived. She asked me for a pencil. The second one is grab. Now, later on, we might go into why there's an extra B in the second example and an extra D in the fourth example. That's not really important right now. We're going to do that later. Right now, we're focusing on pronunciation. So, the second word is grab, and the past tense would be grabbed. So notice I make a little D sound. She grabbed my hand. She grabbed the pencil. He grabbed the baby. Grabbed. Very important that I hear the bd. Bd. The first one was kt. The second one is bd. And the third example, now notice these last two, one root verb ends with the letter T and the other one ends with the letter D. This takes you to a whole new dimension because paint, when you turn it into the past tense, it becomes painted and you have to pronounce the id. Okay? So you can say painted or painted. The id has to be pronounced. The ed is pronounced. And in the word bud, which ends in a D, budded, budded. So whenever the root verb ends in the letter D or the letter T, you have to pronounce the ed, the id. It's not necessarily ed, it's more like a id. Painted, painted, budded. Okay? So you have to look out for when the root verb ends in D or T. In all the others, you do a T or a D sound. But in the verbs that end with T or D, you have to pronounce the ED. Let's look at the words on the list. Let me make this a little bit bigger because it looks really small. And a little bit more. Yes. Okay. Accept, accepted. Note, noted. Shout, shouted. Celebrate, celebrated. Eliminate, eliminated. Number, numbered. Play, played. Shop, shopped. Turn, turned. Vary, varied. Discourage, discouraged. Now that word is not discourage. I said discourage. Discourage, discouraged. Judge, judged. Organize, organized. Pat and patted. Let's go over the list, and there's some words here that you're gonna have to go really slowly so I can hear the sound. Like for instance, number 10, v, not b. V and b are two different sounds. So in number 10 is very and varied. Okay, number 11, discourage, discouraged. Number 12, judge, not yudge, judge and judged. And number 13, organize. The z is not s. There's s and there's z. This is z. Z. Organize, organized. Let's go over the list one more time. And make sure that when you are recording this, you go slowly. Accept, accepted. Note, noted. Shout, shouted. Celebrate, celebrated. Eliminate, eliminated. Number, numbered. Play, played. Shop, shopped. Turn, turned. Vary, varied. Discourage, discouraged. Judge, judged. Organize, organized. Pat, patted. Now, there are some little tweaks that you can do if you want to have more of an American accent. If you want to have a zero accent like me, you can say, for instance, in number 3, shouted. That's fine. But if you say shouted, shouted is also correct. And in number 4, celebrated or celebrated. Number 5, eliminated or eliminated. Okay? And number 14, pat or patted. That's fine. So one more time, going over the list. Accept, accepted. Note, noted. Shout, shouted. Celebrate, celebrated. Eliminate, eliminated. Number, numbered. Play, played. Shop, shopped. Turn, turned. Vary, varied. Discourage, discouraged. Judge, judged. Organize, organized. Pat and patted. So you're gonna send me an audio recording with these 28 words. And hello teacher, my name is Peter Johnson. And you go straight into reading the words without any additional introduction or information. People, this is gonna be fun. And this is gonna be so helpful because a lot of times people don't pronounce the ED correctly, and it kind of messes up what they're trying to say or what you're trying to read. So, hope you enjoyed this, and see you next time, and do your best. Okay, bye-bye.